Approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Now it's Carson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more. And
a breakaway from Michael Thomas. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Off of play action, Tagovailoa rolling to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Tua.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road. Taking the crowd out of the game would be ideal.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's gone. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a 2nd one, that's on you. And if there's a 3rd one, I'm getting some.
There he goes, left side. 20. And down to the 11.
82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Quick toss by Goff is complete. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
After the interception, here's Goff. And he's got his big tight end here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On third down, it's Carson.
And Carson unable to make it to the yellow line as the defense bottles him up.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. Butker's kick here is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
To his throw, taken in by Chark.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Get ready. 44 is the mark. 44, Mike, 44. You must be dreaming.
Tua going to throw. And Chark calls it in. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Tua setting up shop to throw again.
Going right back to Jones. This time the connection made.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Looking to pass. Tua. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it.
You can't block me.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
114 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. This is Carson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Goff. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. From the 29,
Tua.
and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Tua. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got this one complete to Perriman. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Tua now on 1st down. Man open, here is Jones. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
44 is the mark. We got to get that. 44.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And Perriman's got it for a Raven touchdown.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
126 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic.
They'll set up a throw.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From midfield, here's Tua.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Derwin James with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
141 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Carson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Carson, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Carson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go, D. 44 is the Mike. Hey, Blue. Pick me up. Here we go.
Now Tua. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Cut. 44, Mike, 44. Hey, let's get this. Mike. 3. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike. Watch the back. Blaster, 6. Hold deep. Motion.
He'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
On 3rd down, Carson running right through it. And a good rally to the football there as it looks as if they're going to stop him a couple yards shy of the marker. He couldn't quite find the goal line, but a good run of 8 yards is going to make it an interesting 4th and goal now. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, The manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Jair Alexander up to make the tackle.
At the 47-yard line.
They go back to Carson here on second.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, Carson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the air now with Goff. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kyle Van Noy able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete there to Perriman.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 14. And the Steelers first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Shedding the tackle and some room to work. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 now on first down. Eluding the pressure right.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, Phillips.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10, and they're on 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in